Hello, everybody. Nik Hobbs here from Sky Sports. Thank you very much for joining us for a little bit of UFC chat. Big fight card coming up this Saturday, and I'm delighted to say we are joined by one of the men on that card. Not only one of the men on that card, let's get real, one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker. Rob, there you are, my man. How you doing?
Good, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
No, not at all. You're out in Las Vegas, I take it?
I am, mate. I am climatizing well. Everything's all done now, so it's just the fight week shenanigans, and then get to work.
It's International Fight Week, right? So I mean, for fans, that's different. That's got a different feel to it. They got events to enjoy. As a fighter, do you get to enjoy any of that stuff, or is it just business as usual?
It's business as usual. I don't get distracted. Just I'm a man. I'm a man of ritual, sort of. Of what is it? I don't know. I just do the same thing every fight week, and for good reason.
Man of habit, is that what we're going for?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
There you go.
Bloody hell.
There you go. I guess you can do you can do the Hall of Fame stuff when you finish, right? When you're up on the stage, right? Do it the proper way.
Yeah, when the work's over, I got work to do first. I'm here for a reason, and anything other than work would be a disservice to my family that gets stuck at home.
You've got that big smile on your face, cracking jokes, laughing. This is how we're used to seeing Robert Whittaker. You have the most dramatic transformation on fight night. You turn into this snarling lunatic. Do you have to build yourself? Do you have to build yourself up to that, or does it just come naturally to you?
Yeah, that's just what happens when I walk in the office. I'll tell you, when you enter an octagon and they lock the cage behind you, and there's a dude mean mugging the hell out of you across from you, it's not too hard to get in the mode of trying to fight. So it's just something that's always happened, and I guess I'm lucky.
Are you when you the bang in the chest, the shouting? Is that for you, or is that for them to see? What is it?
The bang in the chest is for me dad, because he got me the Southern Cross for a birthday gift. He wasn't able to come to all my fights, so when I bang my chest, it's just to show that I'm thinking of him.
Oh, that's nice. So you haven't completely lost your mind. You're still thinking about what you're doing, and you give a nice tribute to your father.
Yeah. I'm not a frothing of the mouth barbarian, dude.
Whatever you say, Rob. Whatever you say. We're in the halfway through your 11th year in the UFC. What's the fight, the performance that you're most proud of so far?
Probably that second Romero fight. Just because of how hard it was, the sort of place it took me in that fight, and the way that I came out of that. It's not many people could go through a fight like that, and not many people would come back after a fight like that.
Did that fight change you at all?
Definitely. It was a terrible fight. It was so hard. It's it took a lot of the will out of me to fight. The want to fight. Those wars do something to you. But I focused on, what else the word, like repairing, relaxing, recharging is a better word. Recharging after that fight, after the loss to Izzy, and I've come back so much better for it.
Mm-hmm. Should we look ahead to Saturday night? You got a big old test coming up, haven't you?
Yeah, very tough fight with Dricus.
Yeah. Well, what do you think people are getting wrong about Dricus? Because you're a big favourite. You're not going to find too many people picking him to win this fight. But here he is, number 5 in the world, 5-fight win streak. What are you seeing that other people aren't quite seeing?
He's a man with nothing to lose. He's got a complete skill set. He's tough. He's strong. He's aggressive, and he has nothing to lose. That is a dangerous mix for any man. So, I understand the danger he presents to me, and I'm giving it the respect it deserves. That's why I've trained like a dog for the last 14 weeks to go in there and get the win.
How long's he been on your radar for someone that you're going to have to deal with?
What? since I asked if he wants to fight. yeah, really. Other than that, I just keep to myself, focus on my own skill sets.
Yeah, of course. Look, it seems pretty obvious what's on the line for Dricus. He beats you. He gets out in September against Izzy. Have you been told whether the same thing applies to you here?
I'm not. No, I'm not. I haven't spoken or heard about anything, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just, my calendar stops at July 8th. So beat him, go see my family, worry about the rest later.
I respect that massively. Anyone would. It's such a tight turnaround, though, that is it slightly different this time round? I mean, it's like what, 9 weeks away? I think that's right. Maybe 10.
But nothing past July 8th matters right now. Everything past that date is out of my hands. Is the unknown. It's I gotta beat Dricus. I gotta get in there and give him my best and focus solely on him, and then go see my family. So that's all that is written in my calendar, mate. There is nothing else there.
Is this something you've developed throughout your career? Maybe when you were younger, would you be looking ahead, thinking 3 steps ahead, and maybe getting carried away with things?
No, I've always kind of been like this because you don't know what's going to happen. Because what happens if you make all these bloody plans and then you go in there Saturday and lose? What are you going to do then? It's it's silly. I've got to focus on the danger that this man with nothing to lose is going to bring to me Saturday night. He's a dangerous prospect. He's a fit athlete with every skill set and nothing to lose. Everyone's already counted him out. I know firsthand how dangerous the underdog is. I was an underdog throughout my whole career up until I got to the top. So, there's something to be said about being the underdog.
I know the mission is to get back to the middleweight title. I don't want to talk too much about that because you've made it pretty clear you're not thinking about it. But the grand scheme of things, what's more important to you? Is it becoming UFC middleweight champion one more time, or is it to get a win over Israel Adesanya?
Oh, a bit of both. I think if I fought Izzy and beat him but didn't have the title, I would be upset. And I think if I got the title but didn't beat Izzy, I would be upset also. So, perfect world, beat Izzy for the title and Bob's your uncle.
Simple.
Keep it simple, mate.
Not easy, but simple. Mate, you're too cool. You're too cool on fight week. I mean, you're cutting weight. You're getting asked the same questions. This is a pleasure to be speaking to a fighter who's still got the smile on her face, sense of humor, keeping it nice down to earth. Right?
11 years in the game, mate. You'd hope I'd worked it out by now, right?
Yeah. Do you reckon? Because see if you agree with this. If we were to put a poll out there with fight fans and say, if you found out a UFC fighter was moving in next door, who would you be most pleased to hear it was? I reckon you come out on top, landslide.
I reckon I'd be in the mix for sure, but there are some strange people out there. You never know who they want to live next to.
The only thing I can think that would come close maybe is Connor, because that would mean they're living in a pretty nice neighborhood, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Can you humor me for a moment? Because I want to ask you about something, because you're the first fighter I've spoken to since this story popped up. I know what people on Twitter think about it, but genuinely I'm interested to hear what a fighter like yourself thinks. Robert Whittaker, what do you make of the potential for Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk fighting in a UFC promotion?
I think it'll draw a lot of eyes, but you gotta ask. Actually, no, you don't. I was going to say why, but it's those sort of trials and tribulations that make you better, that make you stronger. There's I think it's a bit gimmicky, but why not? I guess it's a huge marketing thing. But I'm thinking, like, I do think it cheapens our sport a little bit because, you know, we're not like that. We spent decades trying to legitimize our sport to just being professional athletes doing their thing. And the UFC have done some things like the BMF belt and and like, you know, mucking around with different things for marketing stuff to bring eyes to the sport. I don't think it needs to do at this point. But in saying that, mate, I'm sure Zuckerberg and Musk can, you know, can compensate the difference in that. So I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have an opinion on it. I think why not?
All right. How would you feel if you were asked to fight on their undercard?
On their undercard? Yeah, why not? I think if I were to come out and say, like, oh, it'd be disrespectful to myself because I've been a fighter for X amount of years, why am I on their undercard? I think that's looking too much at who I am. Like, I think that's like, who the hell am I? Just do your job, get on the card, fight. It's like, am I too important to be on the undercard? Nah, dude. Like, I should, yeah. If I were to say something like that, I should grow up. It's yeah, no, it'd be a pleasure. Those two dudes, to be, if they headlined a UFC event, but the nerves they would be feeling would be next level. You know, it'd be good to see.
All right, Rob. Thanks for humoring me on that one. I tell you, when we first started doing this a couple of years ago, and we started interviewing UFC fighters before their fights, you were right at the top of our wish list of someone we wanted to speak to. And mate, you have lived up to expectations. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you so much for your time. Keep smiling. Enjoy the rest of fight week. And yeah, man, let's catch up. Let's catch up soon.
Definitely. Thank you very much for having me, mate. Have a good day.